Thanks for listening to Kentucky Sports Radio on Talk Radio 1080.
There he goes. That's the music that you know we could be joined on Kentucky Sports Radio by UK coach John Calipari. Cal, we played your favorite song because you got to be happy about the game last night.
That reminds me of my wife. No, that's a great song. A great song. It doesn't remind me of a basketball game, I can promise you that.
Last night went great. I know you were happy, not just about the play, but the environment and everything about it. Well,
first of all, for ESPN to come in and do SportsCenter was, like, ridiculous. And then the reason it worked is our fans were crazy. It was 12 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, and they're with signs and screaming in the background like it's game day. That's what makes Kentucky what it is. You know, I walk in that arena and we're playing a team that's a good. Let me say this about Missouri. They had Illinois beat. They lose by 2. They should have won the game. They have Oklahoma State down 10, losing overtime. They had them beat. They beat LSU. They beat Lipscomb. They drummed them. They go. These are their last 5 games. They go to Auburn, and they have Auburn down 12. I don't even still know how they lost the game.
Yeah, I saw the end of that, too. I don't know how they lost.
How did they lose? So they could have won all 5 games. But what they played against was the team that UCLA and Kansas and Louisville played against. That's who they played against. And it didn't look right. It didn't look pretty. But they played against a really good team last night. So I was happy with our guys. I was so happy for Dominique. I mean, he's such a great kid. And being prepared and not afraid and play desperate when he hasn't had a whole lot of chances, not because he's not good enough, because the other players on the team.
When you made the decision to play Dominique and do the 2 platoons thing again, what went into that decision, and do you think you'll go forward with it?
Well, first of all, I thought our edge was coming back, our swag was going down. The guys used the term, our focus, all that stuff slipped. But when anybody talked about our team, they said 2 things. First of all, they talked about a smothering defense. They talked about a defense with energy that guys just kept coming in, and that was one. The second thing was they talked about our bench. And our bench was the guys celebrated each other. They didn't tolerate each other. They celebrated each other. Well, we've lost some of that. And I wanted those 2 things back. But I also think the platoon helps players, and it also, if guys are struggling, you don't struggle so bad. Yes. You don't get absolutely buried. Now, what happens is the ego and the points in the minutes, okay, now you played 30 minutes and you look like crap. How you like that? I mean, so in 18 to 20 minutes, 21 minutes, you're never really going to hurt yourself that badly. And you can really help yourself, and if you're playing good, it'll even seem better. So for our players, except the ego stuff around them, it is better for them. It really is. Now, because you know I coach to win, if I got to break it off, I'll break it off at some point. Like maybe we start this way and I don't like it, or we start a game and I don't like it 2 minutes in. There's something that gets me to say I'm not doing that this game. Maybe it's the other team. But the reality of it is I would love to go all season where we're playing one group and then another group. And we went, the other thing defensively, as long as you held people to 6 points or less, you stayed in the game as a group. The minute they got to 7, you're out.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So now, again, trying to focus on defense. And my good friend Dickie V tries to say rhythm and this and that. You just say stuff. Well, how did our rhythm look last night?
Looked pretty good last night.
I mean, it isn't. It's just not normal what I'm doing. And I'm not doing it to be a hero. I'm doing it if it's best for the players and our team. And I'm happy for Dom. I'm happy for him. He is such a great kid, such a hard worker, but he's on a really good team of really good players who he is not better than them. So to get him minutes, this is what we did, and he deserves them, and he did well. And I told Derek, Derek, you have to be ready for your chance now. So if I put him in, you got to perform. And I know I haven't played you. It's hard. But that's the position you're in based on the team you're playing on.
You mentioned, and you've talked about this a lot, the notion on a team like this of clutter. Jay Billis talked about that with the team in the Bahamas and said they're going to build you up and then they're going to break you down. All the stuff where the national media especially tries to pit one player versus another, and then when guys go home during the break, et cetera. Is that something you've had to really work through the last couple weeks?
No, they're because I just told them, and they're specific people. You know, they have agendas, and they're trying to promote other coaches, and like the platoon thing, instead of it being a genius move, which I didn't do it for that, it's just they can't play that way. And then another team starts winning, and it's, wow, this guy really has it going. Those guys have told on themselves. They tell on themselves. So I'm not worried about that. And for these kids, you just have to keep it out in front and let them know, if anybody's telling you it's about more minutes and more shots, you're hurting yourself. So don't do that. It's about how you play, how you perform, your efficiency. Are you noticing now the legitimate guys that don't have agendas are talking about efficiency? So they talk about Carl Towns in terms of efficiency, not in shots and minutes and all that. And they say his efficiency is, and then there are guys on my team whose efficiencies are bad. Well, again, you come back to, if your efficiencies are not good, are you worried about minutes and shots? It's in more points and more, or you're worried about just going and playing well, because the important thing is you play well for you and our team. And those are the kind of things that you just keep out in front. Now, let me say this. I have a great bunch of guys that look to me for, tell us what to do, tell me what to do. Coach, I know you're about me. You're not about the program first and program. You're about me personally, so I will listen to you. And tell me what you want. They're all like that, every one of these guys. Now, let me tell you, I was more active in that game than I was Mississippi and Texas A&M. I mean, I was on guys because
yes, you were.
I could see that, okay, we're getting back to where we were. I'm not settling. We're not stepping back. And so these guys know I'm not easy on them. I mean, but if they know you care, you can get on guys. You know, they were at my house the night before the game with my wife. By the way, Ellen sat with Terrence Jones last night, and I walked in the house around 12, whatever it was, 12:30, and she's in bed, and I walk in, and she starts talking. I'm barely listening to her, and she starts yelling at me, like, you're not even listening to me. I said, what? Say it. I'm exhausted. What? She said, Terrence Jones is the nicest kid. When he was here, he was quiet. He'd hug me, but we never really had a conversation that way because he wasn't that way. Now, some of the guys will come over my house when I'm not there and spend time with my wife. He's not one of those. Okay, he wasn't. But she said spending time with him was the best thing for me in the last month. I enjoyed him so much. What a nice person. What a great guy. But see, Terrence comes back and tells our people, I really miss this place.
Yeah, he said that. He actually said that to me last night too.
You know, and here's my point: you got to be here 4 years to feel that way. Don't let anybody tell you that. Please don't believe it. You could say it enough; it's just not true. These kids are connected to us because we're family. They're connected to our fans because they care. And if they only stay here a year and go make $300 million, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Feel good about that. If they stay 4 years and they make it and they get their degree in 3 years, which we've had now 3 guys do, that's okay too. They're all on a different path. But these kids, the kids I got on this team, bunch of great kids. Wow.
I know you got to go, but I want that last thing. You're talking about the NBA guys. In the NBA, this has kind of been a huge step up year for a lot of your guys. Wall, Cousins, Davis, but also guys, Bledsoe, Knight, Patterson. A lot of guys have taken massive steps forward. How proud does that make you about what you're seeing with all of these guys in the league?
Well, and how about Eric Bledsoe? I mean, we can go on and on and on. How about Michael Kid Gilchrist?
Yes, he is. You're right.
And when he didn't play, they couldn't win a game. And you find out what he really is. He's a double-double, and he shuts out the best offensive player on the other team, unless it's LeBron or Kobe or any, but a normal guy, he's shutting them down. I mean, I'm proud of all of them. Here's what Willie called it. We had a recruit in town, and he told the mother and he told the kid, he said, look, it's on warp speed here. You are forced to grow up. You are forced to go to another level. You are under a microscope here. You can't do stuff here you do at other schools. You get in trouble at another school, they're in bed with the media so closely that they won't even write the story. Here, it's national. It is national. You can't do that stuff here. And on the basketball court, you're forced to move. Off the court, grow up. You got to become a man. And you got to do it fast. And Willie said, it's a family here. That's what this is about. He really was good about it. Because I wanted the young man to talk and his mother to talk to both Trey, because Trey's having to grow up. Believe me. And we're seeing it right before our eyes. But that's what happens here. You're forced. And our fans, they say it. They're all over you in some ways. It's a glowing, you're under a microscope. We all are. But you know what? It's what we all live for, or you wouldn't come here. You wouldn't coach here, or you'd be under the desk in a fetal position, and your secretary says, where are you? I'm under here. I'm scared. I mean, you can't. This is one of those places it's not a burden. It's a badge of honor to be here, to be able to do this, to have this. I walked into that arena last night. Are you kidding me? 25,000 people packed in a game that the other team's 7-8. What? You people are crazy. But you know what? It's what makes this what it is.
That's exactly right. 16-0, fourth best start in school history. John Calipari, thank you very much for coming on with us.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. We'll take a quick break and come right back. This is Kentucky Sports Radio.